Okay, class, stick with me here on this one because it's a long process, but it's not difficult if you stick with me. Okay, so we're saying, what is the ratio? That's what I want you to focus in on. What is the ratio of the new surface area to the original? So here's our new, and here is our original, okay? Now the other thing I want you to see here, it says the rectangular piece of metal with square ends. So it says square ends, so I'm thinking that that's what it means, like kind of the sides, x minus 15. I don't think it's going to matter, but at any rate, we've got the square ends. Actually, I think it is going to matter. Anyway, so let's start. What I want you to remember is that obviously, like on this case, if you've got the front, then the very same piece back here, you know, so you got to double it, okay? So that's what we're going to start with, is the front and the back, which means we take x plus 35 times x minus 40. Now, if you cannot do this in your head, take time to write it out so that you get good at it. But I'm going to write this all down. And by the way, this is number 13, but number 14 is a multiple choice, so I'm recommending that you use the boxes for 13 and 14 to fill this up. That's what I did, and it worked just fine for me. Okay. So front and back, that's what I'm putting down here, and I'm writing 2 down because I want 2 of them, is x squared minus 5x minus 1400, okay? And then I've got my sides, so I'll just put sides here, and I want 2 of those as well, and the sides are going to be x plus 15 times x minus 40, all right? When I did that, I got x squared minus 25x and minus 600, okay? Not too difficult there. And then we just have, I think we still have the top and the bottom, right? Okay, so we have the top and the bottom. Of course, there's 2 of those as well. All right, then we have x squared plus 50x plus 525, okay? And you see I got that from taking x plus 15 times x plus 35, and that was the top and the bottom. I hope you can see all of that. Okay, when we use the distributive property on all of this, I'll change the color here, we should end up with 2, and I'm actually going to keep these lined up. It makes it super, super handy later. 2x squared minus 10x minus 2800. All I'm doing is the distributive property here, people. So 2x squared minus 50x, whoops, I missed an x there, minus 1200, and then we have 2x squared plus 100x plus 1050, and when we add all these together, because remember it's surface area, so we're adding them all together, we should end up with 6x squared plus 40x minus 2950. Okay, that wasn't so bad, right? You hung with me. At least you better would have. Don't you just write these answers down. Don't be lazy. Okay, so I think we're going to change to red for the other one. All right, so now let's do the sides. Let's do the sides first, which I'm going to say is these parts right here. So this and then this part right back here. So that's x minus 15 squared, which is, and we need 2 of those, right? So x minus 15 squared is x squared minus 30x plus 225. Okay, so that was, I'm just going to write that down here, that was the sides. Okay, now the rest of it is, okay, front and back, and then top and bottom. But those dimensions are all going to be x times x minus 15. So we're actually going to have 4 of those, right? Because any kind of rectangular shape has 6 faces. So we've got, here we had 6 faces, 2, 4, 6, and we've got 4 plus 2, which is 6 faces as well. You know what I mean by faces, I hope. It's a geometry term. Okay, so we've got x squared minus 15x. All right, let's do the distributive property, and we should get 2x squared minus 60x plus 450. I'm going to do the same thing I did over here. Line this stuff up, it just makes it easier. 4x squared minus 60x, and add them together. We should get 6x squared minus 120x plus 450. Okay, hey, people, this is actually not too bad. So now all we have to do yet is just write it as a ratio. Well, we've got the new one. Remember, it wants the new to the original. So for that one, we need to write it. Actually, let me use black here so we don't get confused. Okay, so we've got 6x squared over, I'm just gonna bring this right over here because I want this all in the numerator and I want this in the denominator. So we have 6x squared minus 120x plus 450. Whoops, that looks like a 6, 450. Now all we have to do is just simplify. Well, all of these can be divided by 2. Do you see that? Every single one of these is divisible by 2. See that? So let's do that. Let's just go through and let's write our final answer with everything divided by 2. So we have 3x squared plus 20x minus 1475. No, I didn't do that in my head this fast. I did it ahead of time. I'm not Julian. Okay, and then we have 3x squared, and here we have negative 60x. Does everybody see basically what I did is I factored a 2 out, and then I canceled it in the numerator and the denominator. So this is my ratio. With me